driving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning again. It's taking a while for things to happen here. Facebook is running extremely slow. So, I'm going to give it a minute so people can get on. Okay. So I've been trying to get some stuff done with the website, right? It's just push notifications. They're making it so tough to do. It's actually a fairly easy process, but they won't let you do it, right? And now I can finally get it done, but in order to complete it, I need to have people download an app, and I just now that wasn't the point. Good morning again. Good morning again to you also. Are you live today? Okay. Let me grab my coffee. It's just right over there. All right, so they won't let me do this stuff, and I'm pretty frustrated with them, right? And they just sent me an email saying, "How are we doing?" I'll tell you what, Facebook isn't a big fan of mine. They don't like me very much. So I don't know what it is. And that, Amber, that's exactly why I'm trying to do what I'm doing, because it's not giving the notifications. But if somebody bigger like Mobilized Recovery goes live, oh, everybody gets the notifications. Could that be because Mobilized Recovery and MEDA are working together? Maybe. Just maybe. Might be it. Yeah. That's why. Yeah, that's exactly why. Yeah. This is a pay-to-play game. Hence why I want everything on my website. So we're working towards that this weekend. I'll be talking with a man. His name's Brian. Looking forward to it. Amber brought this person on for us. Thank you, Amber. See? That's why it's good to have team members, people, like-minded people. That's what we're here for. And that's what I'm always looking. I will not. Now, Facebook can suck a toe. I'm not paying nothing for no one on. Nope. I already have to pay $170 to do what it is that I do. Okay. And it's a passion project. It doesn't make any money. So why am I talking about this? Left one. What about the right one? Building others up. Is it really that hard to give somebody a frickin' compliment, or to shut your frickin' mouth and just listen for a little bit? Maybe it's okay not to get jealous that your friends are doing better than you. I love it when I see people that work hard at this program make progress. I love it. And I will always say something because I know what it's like to be discouraged. I know what it's like to be discouraged in this program. I know what it's like to have these people in the program discourage me from doing certain things. I was told at one point that I should get out of podcasting because there's no way I would make it. That's what I was told. Right? Been told. I've been told, don't do this. You're just not, But what is success in that? Because see, I find my podcasting very successful. Right? Get a lot of compliments. But see, that's because I do things a little differently. It isn't when we do that podcasting, it's not about me. Okay? So I bring this up because it is not hard. It is not that hard to take 2 seconds to build somebody else up. What happens when there's somebody in your life that you think doesn't deserve it? First of all, why are you playing God? I got caught up in and I'm sure I'll get caught up in that game again at some point in my life. Okay? Mind is tricky. But when I see somebody over there floundering, say something. Say something. Hey, are you okay? Are you all right? I'm going to tell you something. Depressed people don't talk. Okay? Depressed people do not talk. They will not let you know that they're depressed. I've been depressed since last Thursday. I'm just now getting out of it. It's Thursday, see? A week. Okay? And I had to deal with that. And I got encouragement along the way. Right? I had a couple friends reach out. Hey, you doing okay? You seem off. You're not quite the Dion that I'm used to. Are you okay? And I appreciate that. So I'm still not going to talk about it. I got my therapist. I'm working through it. But just knowing that people are there and willing to listen can be encouraging. Everybody needs to feel wanted and needed and loved. Okay? Where I used to be the person that wanted to be needed and loved, I'm now the person that can give that love away. Right? And it's about giving love away appropriately and doing it the right way. Which is not always easy. That part's not always easy. Right? So if you can get to the point where you can celebrate other people's successes, no matter who it is, then you're going to start to make certain strides. Okay. So I don't keep a bunch of people on my Facebook that don't support me. I don't. I have very few. I think I'm at like 221 friends, and I'm thinking about going back through it again because there's people on my page lurking, family members lurking. Nah, no thanks. If you want to know what's going on with me, friends, yeah, don't have to lurk on my Facebook. But my family likes to do that. And what's funny is the ones doing it, I've never even met before. I've never met these people face to face. And I doubt I ever will, just not looking that way. You just never really know what somebody is going through or what their thought process is happening at the time. And you might be the only you might be the one person that said something or did something that made them feel like they needed to change for the better. Right? I think homeless is a good example here. You know, we all seem to think that we can determine what homeless people need, but what we don't do is ask them. I did. I do. I was homeless myself. I've been homeless twice. Okay. And you'd think that, well, what do they want? Well, they want a roof over their head. They want money. They just want money right now. 90% of homeless people do not panhandle. They don't. And they don't want you to put a roof over their head. They want to do it themselves. Do you know that? Probably not. Because see, what we have is we have a preconceived notion on what homeless people are about. You know, and I think we all understand stigma one way or another. A lot of us deal with different kinds of stigma, right? Whether you're female, white male, black male, trans, there's always somebody out there thinking that you're doing things the wrong way. And you can't listen to those people. Okay? When people told me that I couldn't, that my podcasting would not be successful, I didn't listen. See, what they were trying to do is it's called a breakdown build up breakdown. Because the next thing out of their mouth was, maybe you should come back to work for us. Hey. Yes, being a mom, very stigmatism. Yeah. Being a father with child support, stigma. I get it. I get it. I have lots of complaints for the family registry. Oh, dear Lord. You know, yeah, there's stigma that goes everywhere. And I hate to say it, but we all have stigma. You do. You're going to start noticing it now more. Now that I brought it up and told you that you got it. We're alcoholics and addicts. We can't fucking help ourselves. We see somebody, we judge. It happens. Okay? Don't think that you're going to one day just not ever think like that again. No. Apologize to yourself for even thinking that and move on. And move on. Well, that person over there, they're doing. See, we are now noticing all these wrong things because now we are doing the right thing. And now that since we're doing the right thing, we tend to think that everybody else that is around us needs to do the right thing also. And that is not fair. That's not fair to them. We talked about this a little bit yesterday in the Courage to Change book and about detachment, right? So if you see somebody having a harder time, you know, this is what I see a lot in meetings is people will talk and they will talk about this hard time that they're having. And I will hear them either solve it. I will hear some kind of progress in there. Otherwise, why would they be talking? And then what I do is I bring up that progress. I know you're going through it, so you probably can't see it. But I've noticed this, and this, and that's progress. And I just wanted to let you know so that you can see that there's good things to this also. You know what? I never thought of it that way. Thank you. Now they can be relieved of this fake burden. There is a burden that is put on every single one of us according to who we are, our gender, and our race. And we all did it to ourselves. Every single thing that's ever happened bad in this world has been done by a human being. I talked about this in the earlier one. That you can't know how good you are unless you take a look at what the evil is inside of you first. because we all have it. It's a matter of making that change, right? Yeah. So just because people aren't doing it the way that you're doing it doesn't mean it's wrong. Right? So if we can let go of those things, and some things are harder to let go than others, trust me, I know. I know. I see the bullshit that happens in recovery every day. So you're preaching to the choir there. I don't deal with those people. In fact, I hardly even know who any of them are anymore. Because I stepped out, man. See, I want to do things my way too. Right? Doesn't everybody get their own? And if people want to join me, they can. If not, that's okay too. Hey, Ingrid, good to see you. Good to see you. I was just kind of ending on this. Let's do this. And if you want to hang out, you can hang out. You don't have to. But when Ingrid shows up, because I don't get to see her very often, so I'm going to do daily reflections out of this. I'm going to do May 4th out of this. Let's discuss it. And then we'll wrap it up because there's a podcast being done. Oh, you just wanted to say hi? Come on, let me do a reading. I'll do it fast. I miss you too, honey. All right. Many people pray as though to overcome the will of a reluctant God, instead of taking hold of the willingness of a loving God. You left to oh. You didn't have to leave a woman's meaning to do that. You guys are making me feel very loved today. All right. I'll slow down a little bit then. Many people pray as though to overcome the will of a reluctant God, instead of taking hold of the willingness of a loving God. In the late stages of our addiction, the will to resist has fled. Yet, when we admit complete defeat and when we become entirely ready to try the principles of the program, our obsession leaves us and we enter a new dimension. Okay? I'm reading A Day at a Time, May 4th. I don't know if you have that one or not. I did the other one earlier, so that's why I went to this one. And we enter a new dimension, freedom under God as we understand him. My wife must be home because the dog's going crazy. My dog is deaf, but she became deaf. She wasn't always deaf. She knows when mom's home now. I think she can smell her or something. All right. Is my growth in the program convincing me that God alone can remove obsessions? I remember I went to 7-Eleven to go get a Big Gulp. And I came home and I realized I walked by the liquor store twice. I didn't even think about it. I noticed that my obsession was gone. And with it came a certain type of freedom. Would you stop, please? Yes, hi. Okay. That God alone can remove obsessions. So, yes, God can do that. But you might want to help a little bit. Maybe put some skin in the game. Go to meetings, get a sponsor, work the steps. You might want to put some effort in to help your willingness to God. Right? Because it's this relationship that gives you your daily reprieve. And the closer you are to God, the closer or the more that you're in the sunlight of the Spirit, the more you're going to feel gratitude. Okay? And when you are placed in a state of gratitude, you become an entirely different person, almost automatically. Okay. That's when we talk about we were reborn. Okay. But to be reborn, I had to die. That meant killing my old self. That's the hard part. Did you see it? Did you see it? Okay. An orb just went zipping by. It was right here. Right here. I just saw it. You're welcome. Love you. Today I pray. May I pray not as a complaining child to a stern father, as though praying must always mean pleading. Yeah. Oh, please. Yes, that's exactly what it's like. Great, 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 great. Love it. See, I came from a program called the Phoenix Concept. It was for homeless alcoholics. Talk about rising from the ashes, and that's what it was. Rising from the ashes of the past. Would you leave me alone? Usually in moments of helpless desperation, may I pray instead for my own willingness to reach out to him, since he is ready at all times to reach out to me. May I regard my higher power as a willing God. Today I'll remember that God is willing. Cool. Good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I'm going to get set up for a podcast here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It was good to see you all. I curb stomped it all. That's pretty violent, man. I love you guys. Don't go curb stomping anybody. I love you all. I really do.